For the Allied powers, the battles on the beaches of Normandy, part of the larger Operation Overlord, represented a greater purpose, serving not only to end Hitler's tyrannical Nazi regime, but also to advance a broader vision of freedom and peace. Momentum had shifted greatly to the Allies' side following failed German invasions in Yugoslavia and the Soviet Union, and they knew this was their chance to bring forth what many consider to be the beginning of the end of the war. General Dwight D. Eisenhower, commander of the Supreme Headquarters Allied Expeditionary Force and later President of the United States, called the D-Day mission the Great Crusade and said in a message to his troops, "The hopes and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere march with you." The Allied forces carried with them the hopes of liberation for the oppressed people of Europe, the end of the Nazi machine, economic and literal security in the already free nations, and peace on the worldwide level.
The Allied logistics involved meticulous planning and coordination. The assault by the Allies was preceded by a strategic air campaign that crippled German railways and fuel supplies. Deception plans like Operation Fortitude misled the Germans about the invasion's timing and location. On the day of the invasion, around 156,000 Allied troops landed on 5 beaches in Normandy, supported by 5,000 ships, landing craft, and thousands of planes. This was further supported through supplies, ammunition, and equipment being transported across the English Channel.
Field Marshals Rommel and Rundstedt were split on how to approach the incoming forces. Decisions ultimately remained with Hitler, immobilizing the German forces and causing a disorganized response to the eventual invasion. Those on Omaha Beach held their own for a time, resulting in many Allied casualties, but their lack of reinforcements and counterattacks allowed the Allied forces to gain a beachhead and establish it as a base. Germany reached the coast and split the Allied forces, and though deemed initially successful, it put Germany in a precarious position, surrounded by Allied forces on both sides. That led to their retreat and the official beginning of the end for Germany.
On the German side, first-hand accounts relay the same horrifying details, yet the story is slightly different than the Allies. Soldiers viewed the British as an outdated empire trying to turn back the clock to its former glory days. They saw the Americans fighting a rich man's war, meaning they did not care much about preserving oil or ammo. Many felt that an invasion was coming, but German soldiers could not believe the scale of it when it happened. They all commented on the innumerable number of ships. Many Germans also point out the fact that the soldiers left to guard France were young, inexperienced, and only fought because they were told to, or because they had lost friends from Allied bombing runs. Some Polish soldiers even turned on their German leaders so that they would not have to stay and fight the Allied invasions. For the Germans, the D-Day invasion was a devastating, revelatory encounter of Allied industrial strength and determination.